Wow, this is incredible, man. I wish I could stay out here longer, but I gotta go do laundry before my girlfriend gets home. No, it's okay, I'll come back out afterwards. Anyway, guys, in this video I'm gonna be talking about 5 reasons why I love this Yamaha R3. I've had this bike for about 2 months now. I'm at 1,800 miles, and I am absolutely incredibly in love with this machine. Not to be taken weirdly. So we're just gonna go ahead and get right onto it. Number 1, since I'm on the bike right now, first thing I love about this Yamaha R3, the 2019 version, is the handling. The handling on this motorcycle is 100% beginner friendly. What I mean by that is that it's a super light bike and it just turns like a dime. It'll lean over, and if once you get a little bit of experience under your belt, you'll make this bike do anything that you want it to, and I mean anything. You can go fast around corners, you can go fast on the highway, you can launch it and drag race other motorcycles or cars, and it's a ton of fun. This motorcycle is just, it's like a featherweight fighter. It's fast, it's not the strongest, but it's fast and it's quick and it's darty. I don't know who said it, I think it's SRK Cycles. Sean from SRK Cycles said that it's like the Miata of sports cars. And I believe that, except this is a motorcycle, so it's better and it's faster. Yeah, I've taken this into the canyons, I've taken it on neighborhood roads, I've ripped it there. Anywhere you can imagine. I mean, I'm on dirt right now, so I've taken it pretty much anywhere except on snow. That's something I'm never, ever, ever, ever going to do. I'm not afraid to push this bike to its limits, and that's very easy to do since it's only a 300cc motorcycle. But it really makes you feel like street Rossi because it leans so easily with so little effort. You could feel like with a couple of years of practice on this motorcycle, you could jump on a 600 and destroy anyone out there on the track. And that's somewhat of my goal. I want to go and surprise people on this motorcycle. I want to show up, I want them to start talking smack, and then I want to lay the smack down on them on the track on a 300. It's just kind of like an underdog bike, and that's what I love about it when it comes to handling. Not the fastest in a straight line, but it completely destroys and is an absolute weapon in the corners. Number 2 thing that I love about this motorcycle, 2019 Yamaha R3, is 100% absolutely probably my favorite thing about the motorcycle is the way that it looks. This was a huge factor in deciding what my first motorcycle was. And this bike is the best looking of its class, hands down, especially in this black color. The blue looks amazing, there's a red and gray, that looks incredible as well, but the black was the one for me. The way this tank looks, the gills that they have here on the sides, the lines of the bike in general, the headlights, the vents in the front of the bike, the HIDs, on top of being black with white accents and the TST tail light on there and the turning signals, makes this bike an absolute stunner. They say that motorcycles don't get a lot of attention from women, and that's not true. This bike, I think it's the color, this bike gets a lot of attention from women. Still mostly guys, but still a lot from women as well. I've walked out on people circling my bike, men and women, children alike, and just admiring at how good it looks. It's an incredibly good looking bike. It looks like a 600, it looks like an R6, it looks like an R1, and if you don't ride a motorcycle, you wouldn't know the difference. Great conversation starter. Oh man, I get so many compliments. Whenever I drive by a construction worker, all the time I see them turn their head and follow me with their eyes. Whenever I drive by people on the street, they're looking at me. Men, women, children, people at bus stop, they're looking at me. When I'm at a light, person next to me is looking at me. It's really not good for your ego, I don't think. But it gives you a good sense that you're being noticed. You know, not everyone likes to be noticed, but I get the sense that they are appreciating the bike. And as someone who loves motorcycles, it makes me happy when somebody can appreciate a motorcycle, especially the way that it looks, especially because it's my motorcycle. Third thing that I love about this bike is the seat height. I think the seat height is like 31 inches, give or take. I'll put whatever the number is here on the screen, but I'm 5'7", okay? I do not have very tall legs at all. I'm not a tall guy. I've sat on R6s, I've sat on R1s, and this bike felt the best. The short seat height really makes it manageable, doesn't make it as scary when you have to stop at a light. I don't feel like I'm gonna drop it. It's really manageable. My girlfriend is 5'2", and she could jump on the bike just fine. When I first had her jump on the bike, I was like, here, I'll hold it for you, like I got you. And she was like, what do you mean? I'm already on it. And you know, I really doubt there's someone who won't be able to ride this motorcycle. Unless you're like 4'8" or something like that. Maybe you might have trouble getting on the bike, but at the same time, it's so light, you really just need to put one foot down and you'll be okay. So I love the seat height. At first I was nervous because I didn't think that there was going to be a motorcycle out there that was short enough for me to ride. And sure enough comes the R3, one of the best looking bikes in my opinion, and I can ride it. I feel completely comfortable on it. So if you're concerned about the seat height, don't be. Go sit on one and you'll see everything's going to be okay. Fourth thing I love about this motorcycle is how smooth it is. So the power comes on so incredibly smooth. If I were to rip on it right now, it wouldn't do a wheelie, it wouldn't jerk me, but it would be a nice gradual pull. And that to me is a good thing to have, especially in the corners. For example, let's say full street Rossi in a lean on the corner, it's a 300, so obviously I'm gonna need a shift. You can shift this bike smoothly, so incredibly smoothly that you don't even feel the shift. Mid-turn, going like 60-70 miles an hour, it's amazing. And it's such a great feeling to have. It inspires a lot of confidence, and especially as a beginner rider, I could imagine some of the mistakes I've made on this would have been deadly on a 600 or on a liter bike. So I can appreciate how smooth the clutch is and how smooth the acceleration is out of a corner or even in a corner. I absolutely love that. Okay, I'm gonna get dizzy. Let's get out of here. Fifth thing I love about this motorcycle is the perfect blend it has between sport and comfort. I could rip the twisties, or I could commute to work, just have a nice little stroll to work using the back roads or the highway, and it'll keep up just fine. Even now, as I sit in traffic, I can enjoy myself. The seat isn't too hard, the riding position is fantastic. It has clip-ons, but they're not so far down that you can't just sit upright and enjoy your ride. Now, they are far down enough to where you can feel the difference versus being on a cruiser and being on this, or just maybe like, let's say Ninja 400. I sat on that bike, and this bike is just a slightly more aggressive, but not noticeable enough when you're riding straight up like this, just commuting. Now when you want to, you can tuck in, you can put your legs back, and you can really hunch over the handlebars and get into a really aggressive position and just dominate the corners. It's the best of both worlds, it really is, and that's one of the main reasons why I'm never going to sell this R3, just because it's so incredibly good at both things. Even when I do get let's say a R6, when I do get the R6, I'm not going to be taking it out every day to work like I am this thing, because this thing is so much more comfortable. Now maybe yes, on the weekends I might take the R6 or whatever bigger bike I get in the future, but as far as commuting, do everything motorcycle, go have fun on the way to work, or just go to work and take it easy, this does the job, man. It's so incredibly fun. And you know what? You get the looks of a sport bike, because there are several other bikes to do that, but don't have full fairings and don't look the way that the R3 does. I'm telling you guys, this is an incredible bike. Don't hesitate to get the 2019 model or even an older model if you don't want to spend that much.
Guys, I am so excited to announce that we are less than 80 subscribers away from hitting our first 1,000 for the channel. I'm so grateful for every one of you guys watching. I'm so grateful for every one of you guys who have subscribed. I'm trying my best to make the best content for you guys, and it's only going to get better from here on out. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share the video if you guys think it's useful for anyone else.